Alright everybody, welcome back to Black Magic Forkery. This video of course made possible by our sponsors. The like and bell buttons found right below the video. You can check them out. They're pretty great. Let's start off with number 19. Wow. What a great title for our first post. Wow. Are we gonna get some magic?
You walk into a room, you borrow any bill, you rub it on your elbow, creating a static field. That has nothing to do with the trick. Sounds pretty cool. I fold that bill a certain way, and that was the so-called static, causing that bill to defy all laws of logic and gravity.
What?
That's pretty good.
Come on down.
Are they at a magic shop? I think they're at a magic shop.
What?
Stay. That's called the ultimate levitation system, used by Chris Angel.
Bruh.
David Blaine, David Copperfield. I know what you're thinking. Let's go above. Let's go below. Let's go around the bill. The ultimate levitation system.
What?
Only at Broadway Magic.
Wow, nice advertisement.
No.
He's like, I've been through this before. People have taken videos of me pushing my products at the store and they put it online, and then nobody knows where they can come to actually buy it. I better shout out my store next time I perform magic for free in front of customers. I mean, that's a good way to sell your product. Imagine going into a magic shop and you get a free demonstration and the dude's like, hey, you want to do this? Here, I have the thing right here. It's only going to take you buying it plus like 10 years of practice. But still, once you practice for those 10 years, then you'll be really good at it. All you have to do is basically choose to pursue a life of magic, and then you'll be good. Otherwise, there's no way you're gonna have enough time to get this good at it. Squids are among the few animals in the world that can change the color of their skin in the blink of an eye. Minecraft squids. Real disappointment, isn't it? They just kind of exist and flop around, and they're good for ink sacs and black dye. But why can't Minecraft squids do cool things like blend into their surroundings? Give them an extra dimension, rather than just making them primarily useless. It's like, God, I have to look for squids again just because I need some ink sacs. That's all I get. That's all you're good for. I want to have a pet squid. I want to be able to do other things with squids. Mojang, I'm waiting. That big thing where a magnet, that would be hazardous. Imagine that deciding it wants to be attracted to something on the other side of you, just... You'd be trapped against a wall. Magical floating orb. See, this is another one of those things where it's like, you can either choose to be professional athlete, or you can do this. Because it's obvious what's going on here. But in order to make it look that good, you have to teach your fingers to be the head of a chicken. You know what I mean? How chickens, when you move them around, they stabilize their head, which is a reference that I make every month on Black Magic Forkery. So if you don't know it by now, why aren't you watching every video on my channel? You should be doing that. But either way, you've trained the ball on your fingers to be that. It doesn't move no matter how you move your hands and stuff. And it's like a magic shop could sell the glass ball, but it's up to you to do everything else. The magic ball ain't gonna do it on its own. An interesting way to play with laminar flow. You can get laminar flow out of a water balloon? Huh. Why is it still going? Is the water balloon being filled up as it's... How is the water balloon still going? It's an absolute unit of a water balloon. It's bottomless. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just solved the water problem. This balloon has all of it. You're wondering where the water went? Here it is. It just keeps going and going. You can all fill your drinking water here. Open sesame. Now I just want to get some sushi. I haven't had sushi in a while, dude. Because you can't go to a restaurant. The sushi is not the same when it's takeout. Delivered at home. Although this had nothing to do with the sushi, I was completely distracted and need to watch again. Did you open a can using friction? There's something about me envisioning the texture of just rubbing the chopstick back and forth. It kind of makes me a little it gives me chills and makes me squeamish. It's like rubbing nails on a chalkboard. At least I envision it to be. Well, I'm going to try that next time, and what's going to happen is I'm just going to screw up, and I'm either it's going to work, and then the can is just going to like spill over or go flying, and drink is going to be all over the room, or it's just not going to go anywhere, and I'm going to just have, I don't know, had to found a chopstick for something completely useless. These coloring, huh? Okay, so it's gonna start off looking like really lame, and then it's gonna turn into just an absolutely photorealistic photo. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I like how it actually has like texture to it as if it was painted, because it's on like a digital canvas, and they know how to actually simulate kind of risen paint areas on a canvas. Totally, dude, this guy would totally hustle people. He'd be like, hey, I'll bet you $20 that I can't do a nice photo, and then he'd start I bet you $20 I can make a great photo or illustration of this photo, and then he starts off drawing like that. The person's like, yeah, I'll take that bet, and then it just turns into something absolutely beautiful. This self-solving Rubik's Cube. Wait, how is it gonna solve itself? Is it gonna just start dancing around on the table? It is gonna start dancing around on the table. It's so creepy, dude. It's Toy Story, but the toys forgot that they're not supposed to be seen by humans. I wonder if, I guess it must solve it via the same technique that a human would use, because the human had to program the Rubik's Cube to solve itself using the same sort of technique. Yeah, next time, get good, dude. You had to actually push it back on the table. Can't you solve the thing to have proximity sensors like a Roomba so it doesn't just jump off the edge of the table and be like, I give up, I can't solve myself, because that's how I go when I try a Rubik's Cube. I got to one layer once. One layer. And I was like, that's enough for me. Now I have to break this one layer in order to solve the whole thing. And you know what? I'd prefer to keep the one layer as it is. Thank you. Bowling, no, yes. Don't be the one where you hit the sprinkler, please. Don't hit the sprinkler. Oh. Well, that works. It's not really a real strike. Not the most legit thing that's ever happened. I also don't know what it bounced off of, but I feel like the bowling alley needs to work on their gutters. But hey, maybe it was perfectly engineered just so it could make people feel better about their gutter balls. Instead of bumpers, they don't have bumpers here at this bowling alley. They just have gutters that automatically give you a strike. It's like mini golf, right? If you hit it in the automatic hole-in-one hole, then you're good. It's lined up. You're perfect. You get the hole in one. There's a place that I used to go to called Golf and Stuff when I was younger, and they had the silliest system ever for hole-in-ones there, and they probably still have it. I think it's still operating, where if you hit it into the right spot, like say you made it through the windmill, I can't remember the exact examples, it would roll down whatever the path was, and it wouldn't go into the actual hole that you had to get into. It would just go into a box that said hole-in-one, and you would retrieve the ball out of it. And I just always thought to myself as a young child, that doesn't count. How can you just tell me I got a hole-in-one when it's just in this box over off to the side that says hole-in-one on it? You guys couldn't just make it so that the trajectory like went right into the hole you're supposed to get into? So anyway, they engineered it perfectly here. Rather than just making the gutter lead into, you got a strike. It's like, no, I didn't knock over the pins. I'm not into participation medals. I'm here to win. So US Border Control found this notebook. Is it like a flip book or something like that? Oh. Wait, why does it only show up if you flip it one way? What? Oh, simple trick, it involves some pages being longer than the others, so when you flip, you see different pages depending upon which direction. Oh, Penn and Teller put out a book ages ago that did this. Clever. So you're seeing different pages depending upon how it's flipped. And if you actually went page by page, you would obviously see the counterfeit bills because they're in there. They're not in a different dimension, but yeah. In Soviet, water drink you. If you put your finger, is it gonna absorb you or something like that? Wait, is it gonna go back? Is it gonna actually get absorbed? Oh my god, what's happening? All right, well. Was this played backwards? I don't think it was played backwards because it's like the lifting up and the putting down were from the correct sides. Like he didn't lift it up from the top and then put it down from the bottom, as you would have to do with the faucet if this gift was being played backwards. I think you have a problem with your plumbing, sir. You probably don't want to have like a vacuum coming from the other way. What would be causing this? Would it be like so water would be flowing maybe through a pipe below the elevation here, and it's actually taking with it, it's creating a low pressure zone through the pipe, and then if you put something up, like if there was sound, there would be a whooshing, I assume, going into the faucet, and then you put the water in it and spin than it looks like in the very beginning, but it's just more matching the rate, the frame rate of the camera compared to the angle and how you're perceiving the design on the ball. So it might look different if you actually saw this in person. The end. Bird just hit the edge of the map. I think I've seen this one before, but it looks like, you know, the like balancing eagle things that you put on the mount, and it's weighted so heavy at the beak area of the thing. You're like, how is it balancing? There's so much mass back here. There's no mass back there. You just have hollow and then dense at the front. But it's like this because it's stabilizing its head while also not traveling anywhere. Which, if you have a big headwind, right, then you can essentially be flying completely stationary. This works for airplanes or helicopters too. If you're helicopter, you can just be there, just exist straight over, and the cars are going to be looking up like, what the heck? How is it not crashing? A well-oiled flux capacitor. Dang, that looks really cool. This is going to open up a portal to another dimension. Oh my god, dude. I'm kind of terrified that if something malfunctioned here, it's moving so fast that it's just gonna send shrapnel into everything. I'd be really nervous to be in that close proximity to something that looks kind of heavy, spinning that quickly. Can you imagine if you had a cat and your cat just was like, this is cool, let me swat it? How bad that would be? A piece of fuzz refuses to leave this jacket. Oh god, this is gonna be the story of my freaking life, dude. Whenever I'm trying to throw away a piece of plastic packaging from an Amazon package, and I'm like trying to put it in the trash, and it's like, nope, I stick to you now. And I'm like, no, go in the trash. And then it sticks to the like top edge of the trash bag, and I'm like, no, go in the trash can. And then it's like, okay, I stick to you again. And then get off of me, dude. Goat's going up a steep wall. It's just all of them, no problem. So you think you're cool, Bob? No, we can all do this, okay? You're trying to show off to us all? No, not a big deal. I want to get the side perspective of the wall though, because it could be slightly less of an angle than it actually appears to be when you view it straight on. Nonetheless, I mean, I don't think many people could walk up it, but yeah. I mean, I've seen those videos of mountain goats on the side of like sheer cliff faces and they're just jumping from one protruding boulder to the next, just without fear. You guys know that there's a 1,000-foot drop next to you, but you just don't care about. Okay. Every now and again, one of you must fail spectacularly, and it still is not enough to teach the rest of you. Like, we gotta do what we gotta do. Cody demonstrates how germanium is transparent in infrared. Is this going to be one of those things where you take the cell phone that has the infrared camera on it? Because I've seen those infrared photos and stuff that... Huh. Wait, so you can actually see the cat through... Oh. Interesting. Huh. I still don't entirely understand how this works. It's like it's opening up another dimension to me because it's using... Like, you can't see in infrared. So, but it's like, you know,